Yo, welcome to episode number 5 of Playing with House Money present The Frat House, brought to you officially by CFB Nation. I'm your boy Iceman at Iceman_1013 on Twitter, and this right here is our resident Frat House president, DJ Prue at PrueBaby10. How are you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing great, man. It's Fuck You Friday. So
Yes, sir.
it's a little
Yes, it is.
little thing we used to do at my old job. It's a little Fuck You Friday.
That's the one. And
yeah, man, we got a fucking weekend, dude. We got a crazy weekend. So everybody needs to tune in for sure. But yeah,
tune in
I'm doing great.
Tune in, lock in. And what we got? Your boys picking up the dub tonight, or no? We're not. We don't talk about them. Okay.
That's like Voldemort. We'll check it. We'll check in with them, and we'll check in with them next year, bro. We're not even. They play tonight. For anybody that wants like a complete just shit show to bet on, you can bet Florida State Duke. I'm not going to tell you anything to play on it. Like I literally, when seasons like this for Florida State happen, I check out. I know that kind of sounds like a fake fan type of thing, but you guys, like every time they lose, it doesn't matter if they're 0-13. Like every time they lose, my phone is all of my childhood friends, like back to back to back to back to back. Like you get tweets, so I have completely checked out of that for my own happiness and my own peace.
Hey, that sometimes pro sports does that to us.
Hey, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but no, but we got a few games tonight. So we do have Oregon Purdue, which
yes, we do.
Oregon obviously off the big win last week. It is a little bit of a short week for them as well. But again, these are college kids. They're ready to go, and that team is just so deep that I don't expect it to be anything different. It is a very big point spread for me to look at, especially on a short week like a Friday night, 29.5. Not going to be something I mess with. But these lines were kind of, I had to really search for anything that I even liked or like, because obviously, I mean, dude, when Vanderbilt can beat Alabama and, you have random upsets like we've had, I'm not looking at a 30-point spread for any games. I'm not, so, I mean, I'm not also trying to rely on huge blowouts or like just huge outings either. But I kept it simple with this one simply because Oregon is as good as they, as everybody says they are. And it is Purdue. So first half line for Oregon is 24.5. And I love that at -105. It even gives you a little bit of fluctuation if you want to take the 23.5, just in case they get the 3 scores and a field goal and whatnot. But I do expect Oregon to come out fast. I just don't want to take the team total over if they plateau or they tend to start resting guys because it was a short week. But I do expect them to come out, punch Purdue in the mouth, get a big lead, and then kind of coast. So 24.5 at -105 is going to be the one that I take from that game. And then we got Brigham Young, BYU against Oklahoma State. Now I've mentioned Oklahoma State. I think this might be like the 4th episode or like 3rd or 4th episode I've had Oklahoma State on the show. It's not going to be for what it usually is. They're 3-3. They've kind of they've taken a downfall, but Brigham Young's been solid. Granted, it is BYU. Their competition isn't, elite to say the least, but they have really been showing up. And they hang. I mean, they hang with teams. I'm sure. I don't know if anybody knows any history about BYU, but it's a religious school. There's no women on campus with these guys. They're pent up. They're ready to fucking hit something. They're ready to hit something. So hopefully, hopefully it's somebody on the field and punching somebody in the mouth. So there. And that was another game where like the lines just. I know that they make sense. Everyone. But for me to have to put my money on on something that where I need too much, not really my thing right now with college football. So I did go another first half total with them. And it's 15.5 is -115. At the end of the day, I'm really just hoping they get 4 drives. They're not facing Oklahoma State's. Their defense isn't great. They do give up very big chunk plays. And I think really BYU could really jump out to 10, 14 points in the first quarter, to be honest with you. So I do like that over 15.5 at -115. I did those two legs at +265 for the night. Obviously, I'm going to run both the straights, and then I'm going to run the two as together. But I really do think for a Friday night under the lights for these matchups, we're not asking too much. I know kind of 25 points in the first half for Oregon kind of seems a little high, but dude, they could hang 60 on this team and nobody would bat an eye.
Yeah.
And then, if everybody just wants to be a degenerate and has to throw a third leg in there on that game, don't play anything Florida State related. Just don't. Just don't. So I'm not even going to have money on them and they'll break my heart. So, yeah, but then, dude, we got two of the best matchups you'll see in any of these weeks all year. There's quite a few. This slate this week is crazy, but we got Tennessee ranked number 11 against the boys over in Bama.
Talk about.
Oh, I'm going to talk about them. Oh, they can get named still. Because honestly, in real life, bro, I mean, even like my whole life, I don't really fuck with Bama. Like, I don't really like Bama at all. Like, to be honest with you, I enjoy watching them lose. I just don't lose. I don't like losing money. I also don't like putting my foot in my mouth much either. So, I don't know. With the last 2 weeks that Bama has had to have to play a team like Tennessee, I don't think their confidence level is going to be that high. I mean,
no.
Personally, they can't be that confident. But can they win the game? Yeah, it's college football. I'm not going to sit here and put anything past anybody. But I'm going to go off the eye test. I'm going to go off the eye test and the pain in my stomach that I felt last week. Just watching reality hit me of saying, this is not Bama that I know. This is not Saban's Bama. This is Kevin DeBoer's Bama. So I like Tennessee +3 all day. Honestly, I thought that they would be the favorites after what we saw last week. But I know that they're ranked 11. Don't get me wrong, they have lost. But I like Nico. I think he has a lot of potential. He's still kind of progressing and getting there, but he's one of those guys that his lines are always super low because he doesn't always blow it out of the water with the passing yards and whatnot. But watching Alabama last week, bro, and they can't get off the field. I've noticed is a big issue with them, and it's not that they're not creating pressure, so to say, but their DBs are having issues in window scheme, in like zone schemes, especially when it gets to third and long, when they're up in the sticks. I don't know if they just get kind of lackadaisical or if they just forget, like, you probably shouldn't backpedal 5 yards past the first down if you know that's where they're going, and you shouldn't give up a 35-yard touchdown on 4th and 9. It's just one of those things where that DB, that back four for them just obviously is having communication issues or just all around scheme issues. And Nico for 200 plus passing yards is -125. I know you don't get the player prop. That's really the one I threw in just because I don't know what the hell to expect from either of these teams right now. Mainly Alabama. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, they could boogeyman my ass. Alabama could very well boogeyman my ass right now. And I'd be pissed for obvious reasons because, like, it should have happened a week ago. But I mean, dude, Tennessee's rolling. They're a very good team. They definitely will be in the mix come the end of the season. And I really do like a 200-yard passing line against a team that I saw have just incredible gap issues, incredible communication issues, especially in their cover two. Their cover two was very sloppy last weekend in Bama. So 200 plus passing yards is literally, I mean, I need a couple big plays, and Nico takes his shots. So -125 for that. And then, like I said, Bama's defense can't get off the field. Tennessee over 24.5 team total. -145. I'll take it. Granted, if Alabama wins this game, both of these teams probably have more than 25. It's probably a shootout if Alabama wins this game. Their defense just looked that bad. It was horrendous. So those 3 legs, not great for a 3-leg. Don't get me wrong, but I know we got some boosts coming and some no sweats and stuff like that. So +240, 2.5 times my money. Sign me up. Even without without the over 24.5, I believe I was at plus 160, plus 170, something like that. You could even do that. But I do fully believe Tennessee scores over 25 points. I want to say the over was 57. The line is at 57 right now on DraftKings. I'm not. I pondered it. But I just can't. I can't. After last week, I don't know. I don't want to get in my own way, but I know that if it goes over 57, Tennessee has over 25 points. So
yeah.
So yeah, I love those three. And then, dude, we got just a juggernaut to end the night. It's Texas, Georgia, number 5 against number 1. It's so crazy because obviously Texas is, they moved conferences. Now it's like we get these games that are just you would not see in the end of October, middle of October, stuff like that. So it's great. I love it. But I will say that me taking the Georgia Alabama game into a factor is it definitely is one of those things, because the Alabama Georgia game did not surprise me whatsoever. It was more so it kind of like it kind of answered our questions of it made us feel right. It justified what I was thinking and what I expected on the year, especially with Carson Beck, who kind of struggles with turnovers every once in a while. It's either he balls out or he just cannot get the ball to where he wants to get it. He does try to still make all the throws, but I think Texas is just one of those teams. It's probably the team this year, just top to bottom, both sides of the ball. Obviously slow start last week, but then they get it rolling and it's fast, man. It starts to tumble on teams. So I really do think Texas pulls it out at the end of the day. But I misspoke. The line for this game is 57 on DraftKings. I want to say the line for the Alabama Tennessee game was even higher.
It's 57.
Both of them.
It's 57. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, both games were 57. Now this one, I went under 57. I don't usually do that, and I'll tell you why. Texas is going to score a lot of points. I don't know if Georgia can hang. It's going to be one of those things where it's either Texas is going to punch them in the mouth or it's going to be a dogfight. And if it's a dogfight, I don't want to have both teams score 30. They very well could. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's college football, but Georgia isn't the type of team to just want a shootout like that. They either want to go up big and try to run the clock out, or they're going to try to literally methodically win the game. And so Texas is kind of the same way. Like Texas knows that they have the team to where they can trust their defense. They can just go through their progressions and go through their playbook and really try to show a lot. So under 57 is minus 108, but then I did a little bit of a negative correlation, and went Texas team total for the game over 27.5. As we saw last week, as you know, obviously, for all the wrong reasons. Texas can put up points and they can put them up fast, and then that defense can get stops. So I do expect them to win the game. Honestly, I really think that this one has potential to really hurt Georgia with the eye test. And I don't think anybody's as hot as Texas right now. It's messed up because literally Georgia could literally kill the starting quarterback and it'd almost be worse for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, over 27.5 for Texas team total, but under 57 gets us plus 355 on DraftKings. I don't like unders. You don't like unders. I don't think anybody likes unders. It's just going on what we know, going on what we've seen, and how these games have went. Texas has the defense to hold teams to a lot of quick drives and get the ball back and score fast. I don't think they're going to score 60. I don't think they'll put up 40 on Georgia. And if they do, I mean, that's a big punch in the mouth. I think Georgia's good enough to at least hold them to make it a game, at least at some point. But I do think Texas just has a little bit too much firepower. So yeah, those two legs at plus 355, sign me up. And then I'll probably have player props tomorrow, when we're getting closer. But with that team, we don't know if Isaiah Bond's playing. we don't know about, a few guys actually. And Georgia's just too much up in the air with that quarterback play lately. So I love those at 355. And obviously, yeah, you can run the whole 5 leg from Bama to Tennessee, Bama, and then Georgia, Texas. Me personally, I think when I put it together, it was just over 1,400. It was like plus 1438 or something weird like that. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I'd say my one piece of advice to people that if you do throw the 5 leg together, probably make it a 4 leg and take that under out. Because having an under, and I only say that as a gambler,
as the last leg as well, like
bro, like exactly. I say that as a gambler. I do fully believe I do fully think it's going to happen personally. But to have an under kill you on the last leg, that's one of those where like you're wondering like where I live.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, like I'm gonna be just as mad at myself too. But like just that's my piece of advice of just if you are gonna run them all together, probably take the under out and run it that way. But I love those 5 legs for Saturday.
Sounds good. We look forward to it.
I love that you came in character too, by the way. Guys, This is who he really is. He is an Englishman. Like, he might know American sports like a motherfucker and give me shit and be able to, jibber jabber with me, but that's who he is. He's part of the fucking Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's fuck you Friday, and it's welcome. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But we don't want to get too much into where I really come from, what my previous life really was before I moved here.
We don't do that. We don't speak on the show.
You find
we don't speak on the family,
Yeah. That's the one. But yeah, looking forward to this weekend, man. Looking forward to tonight. Like you say, a couple of big games and then tomorrow. So
yeah,
hopefully.
And we had a Friday sweep. We had a Friday sweep last week.
We did have a Friday sweep last week. You are correct.
And all around. So it was literally every single leg we talked about for Friday of last week cashed. So hopefully we're kicking it off like that same way.
I look forward to it. After the SGC sweeps Friday afternoons, the Frat House comes along and turns the party up.
Yep. It's time for some keg stands, baby. Time for some keg stands, baby. Don't make my boy use his hat neither. Get ugly.
All right, good luck, everyone, with whatever you're trading and fading this weekend. All your bets, let us know. Follow us on Twitter at PW_housemoney. Follow the guys at College Football Nation. They know what they're talking about, as does the boy Prue right here. Get on YouTube at PW_housemoney on the YouTube as well. Like, subscribe for all of our content. And yeah, we'll see you next Friday back at the Frat House.
Yes, sir.